Hello, I'm Dale Ander, and I'm a member of the Control Center Development and Support Teams. Welcome to a series of videos covering the key capabilities of IBM Sterling Control Center. If you don't know, Control Center is a tool that can be used to track key actions and activities occurring across your B2B and file transfer infrastructure. In this video, I'm going to talk about linked rules, or maybe you know them as rules with secondary actions. I'm going to show you not only how to create them, but how to use them when they're applicable. So let's get started. If you didn't know, Control Center is made up of a number of services, one of which is the rule service. Others are the node services and the SLC service, and there's many more. All of these services generate events. The node services generate events about activities occurring on the servers they're monitoring. They also generate events when the monitored server is apparently gone down or come back up. The SLC service generates events about things that did or did not occur according to the SLCs that you have defined. All of the events generated by the system are passed through the rule service. And your rules will have match criteria and actions to take if the match criteria are met. Now, the match criteria actually specify event elements and values. So all of the events generated through the system, they go into the rule service and they're processed one by one, and they look at the rules in priority order for a match. And if a match is found, processing stops on that event, no more rules are looked at, and the action associated with that event is taken. Now know that rules may optionally have a schedule, one or more, that tell the rule service when those rules are supposed to be in effect or not in effect. They may also optionally have what's called a secondary action defined. And if they have a secondary action defined, that by definition makes them be a linked rule. Now, secondary actions include not only match criteria, but they also specify a time in which an event is supposed to be seen by the rule service, and if an event is seen within the time specified, then the action that you specify for a matching event being seen in time is taken. Otherwise, the action that you specify for when an event is not seen in time is to be taken. So when you have a secondary action, you've got a second set of match criteria, you've got a time, and you've got two additional actions that you have to define. So why would you have linked rules? I would say to help you avoid spurious events. For example, if a server goes down, maybe you only want to know if the server stays down for more than a few minutes, because they go up and down for a short period of time regularly. So you could use a linked rule to avoid being alerted when it immediately goes down, but if it doesn't come back up within 5 minutes, then you could be alerted. In this case, your linked rule could be triggered by the server down event, the CCTR 034E, but the action to take would be nothing. You could specify the no operation action. And in your second set of match criteria, you could specify the CCTR 033E event, the server is up event, and you could have a time limit of 5 minutes. And the two actions would be, if the server up event does not occur, then alert me, but if the server up event does occur, then don't do anything. So let me show you how to create a linked rule, or a rule with secondary action. Currently logged into Control Center. This is the web console. I am in Monitor, which you have to be. From here, in the toolbar, click on Manage. And in the left navigation pane that opens, I'm already in the section that I need to be, Rules. So to create a new rule, click on the plus. And first thing we'll do is we'll give it a name, about server down more than 5 minutes. Now it says, I could give a description. I think this is description enough, or descriptive enough. Now I'll specify the parameters that trigger this rule. Well, what triggered this rule? The CCTR 033E event, the server down event. So I clicked that, I opened it up. The first thing I need to do is pick message ID. Now I might be able to type in this box the MESS. There it is. I'll select it and I'll say matches, and here I'll click on the ... to get some help because I wasn't really sure what message ID it was. I knew it was either 33 or 34, so I'm going to type. As I type, you can see the list is narrowing down. 030. All right, I want this to be triggered by the CCTR 034E. The server is down, so I'll click that, and there it is. And I don't want to schedule. I want this to always be active. Now my action will be, the primary action will be, don't do anything when this first occurs. So I need to find the built-in no operation action. Now I have my choice for secondary actions. I do want to use, so I'll click that checkbox, and now more has opened up. First it says select the time to wait before the secondary action are taken. It's already got 5 minutes. Now, what are the conditions that trigger the secondary action? That's my server up event, remember? So let's click here to specify the event details. Here I'll pull the pull down list. Again, I want message ID. And now you can see why I typed before, because I don't even see it. So I'm just going to go in here and I'm going to type MESSAGE, and there it is. And I want matches, and I want to put in here the server up event and CCTR 030. It's either right here, 033E, server is up. So I've selected it. Now I'm supposed to pick, what action am I supposed to take? So if the event that triggered this rule is resolved within the time expires, take the following action. So I don't want it to do anything. If the server comes back up within 5 minutes, I don't want it to do anything. But if the event that triggered this rule is not resolved within the time expires, in other words, if the server up event does not occur within 5 minutes, then we want to be notified. Let's say we just want to generate an alert 1, but you could choose whatever action you like, and then we'll save it. And our changes are saved. New rules appear at the bottom of the list. If you want to make this a higher priority than the lowest, you could just click here in the priority column. You can either move it up to the top of the list, you can move it up one at a time, or I could just say, make this the top priority. Put in a 1, hit enter, and now it's at the top of the list. And voila, we're done. We've got our linked rule, says server down more than 5 minutes, and it's triggered when the server down event occurs. And if it doesn't see a server up event within that 5 minutes that I specified, will be notified via a Sev1 alert being generated. Besides the server up and down events that you could use for your linked rules, there are many other what I call message pairs. There's a pair of messages for B2BI adapters going down and up, CGIS 011i and CGIS 010i. So this would be the message to trigger your rule initially, your linked rule, and in the second set of match criteria, you'd specify the CGIS 010i. There's also the Q limit exceeded and back to threshold messages. You could specify thresholds for the B2BI queues, the Q0 through Q9, and Control Center will generate events when those thresholds are exceeded and when they come back down. Or the Connect Enterprise daemon is running or down events. You know, B2BI servers have nodes, at least when you have a cluster, and there are separate events for just the nodes going down and up. Or the B2BI perimeter servers. I'm skipping this one. I'll come back to it. The Connect Direct File Agent down and up. SSP, Sterling Secure Proxy, the engine stopped or it came back. Or the adapter stopped or it came back. This one, the Control Center monitor rate out of compliance, back in compliance. Sometimes when there are performance issues in Control Center and it's unable to monitor your servers at the proper rate, there are events generated for that you can watch for, and you could use these in a linked rule. That's it on linked rules or rules with secondary actions. If you'd like to see more videos that I've created or other team members have created, you can search in your browser for IBM Sterling Control Center video playlist, and hopefully you'll see a link like this and you'll be able to go to many other videos. Well, that's all for now. I hope you learned something. I hope you enjoyed watching this video as much as I did creating it. Take care and bye for now.